Hello, everyone, and thanks so much for tuning into the always informative, always entertaining, what's the name of this show? The Boxing Authorities. As always, joining me at the desk, as always, Mr. Luther Dupree Jr., Mr. Smokin Jim Frazier, and my name is Claudio Relsano. We got some catching up to do, fellas.
Oh, man, tell me
all right. Your favorite fighter, one of the greatest fighters of all time. You're already looking disgusted. Can you wait until I tell you who I'm talking about?
Oh, my God.
Canelo Alvarez defeats Jermell Charlo, one of Jim's favorite fighters. Luther, it's all yours.
Listen, man, I was disappointed when they made this announcement. Charlo hadn't fought in 2 years. He was coming off a right hand injury. Very disappointing fight. He didn't do much. He was a punching bag. He wasn't throwing back on his back foot the whole night. Canelo just beat him down. It was a horrible fight. Very disappointed. He went in there saying he's doing it for the culture, and he was a punching bag. I didn't like the fight. He needs to go back down to 154. There's weight classes for a reason. He proved it. He didn't want to take that punishment. He didn't try. What I didn't like, he didn't try. He didn't lay it all on the line.
Why, in your opinion?
I don't know. He didn't want to get knocked out, I guess. I guess he felt that power, took a knee, and just said, I'm going to coast for 12 rounds. I was real disappointed. He's a better fighter than what he showed. Very disappointed in this.
This was the first fight in a long time that I've seen Canelo get off to a fast start. Yeah. Was it a fast start because he knew that Charlo was not going to be a threat to him?
Yeah, I mean, think about it. Charlo was coming off an injury. He hadn't fought in 2 years, and he's moving up 2 weight classes. Everything was in Canelo's favor. Charlo just took the bag. He got the bag.
He won't ask me honestly. You're an honest man. When Canelo fought other fighters and didn't start off as fast, was it a lack of confidence in his ability?
No. I think usually he starts off seeing what you have and then he'll turn it on.
Okay.
But this one he knew this guy's coming up 2 weight classes. He hasn't fought in 2 years. He's coming off a right hand injury, and he's not used to the punishment I'm gonna give him. And he jumped on him, and Jermell Charlo, he looked like he hadn't fought in 2 years.
Go ahead.
Well, one of the top 5 of all time, 73, 2-2 with 52 knockouts. Hey, listen, I just wish
73.
I just wish he had 13 fights in Mexico.
Oh, here we go.
How do you know?
Were you in Mexico?
I just wish
you were. I just
wish Canelo Alvarez would have started dating Taylor Swift.
Oh,
and the reason I say this,
the
reason I say this is because in 1962, Cassius Clay was a nobody. He became famous when the Beatles visited his training camp, and his stock went through the roof. His stock went through the roof when Elvis Presley gave him his role.
And what color were both of them?
Yeah, they were white.
All right, I'm just throwing that in there.
He became famous. He took another step towards fame when he protested Vietnam, and all the young white kids became his idol. When he became friends with Malcolm X and Don King and Howard Cosell. Listen, as far as Canelo and Charlo, Luther, you begged for this fight. Now,
three years ago,
don't tell me about the Don't tell me about the 2 weight divisions because he's a twin. There's a saying. What's the medical term for his brother? He's nuts. So he's still flying over the cuckoo's nest. Hey, Luther, you said, and I quote, you would be proud of Canelo if he fought Charlo. If he fought, listen,
160 pounder, not 154
Let me finish. It's the same thing.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No.
All right, you said Spence. You said Boo Boo Andrade and David Benitez. You said that.
But he hasn't fought
on the show. Oh, you want him to fight Spence now? You want? Is that what you want?
I've been calling for David Benavidez. Don't put that on there. You're going back 3 years ago.
Wait, can I say something real quick?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to say that Canelo's team is the smartest team, and you know who I'm talking about, a local guy who I always said was smart. I don't want to rip on the team of the guy. They're friends of ours. But Canelo's team, they know who to fight and when. Like, for example, they may fight Deontay Wilder.
Claudio.
Right. They may fight Deontay Wilder when he's 73, and then on his ledger, what's it say? Knock out of Deontay Wilder. What the hell? He was 73. Just like Trevor Burbick. He beat Muhammad Ali when Muhammad was good. Muhammad would have made a joke out of him in his prime. And who's
all facts.
Yeah, am I right? So, and Luther said when he was at that weight class. He didn't mean now after a 2-year layup.
No,
but,
he said that on one of our previous shows.
But
he said that now.
First of all,
he said that now like 2 months ago.
No, not 2 months ago. We didn't do the show 2 months ago.
Whenever we did.
Listen, I said Jamal Charlo, the bigger Charlo,
Right.
who
Is it-
fights at
and
160.
Claudio said twins are twins. They're both the same.
Not in boxing. There's weight classes for a division.
Well, your guy should be stripped anyhow because
No, you right there.
only sparring he's done in the last 3 years
What happened to
was
that?
in the Houston projects against his brother, family reunion against his brother.
Caleb Plant slapped him the last
what
time I
happened
saw
with
him.
that?
The last action I
What
saw
happened
him.
with that? But if
The
you're
nut?
not fight, no. When you don't fight, like we use a medical term, when you don't fight X amount, Vinny Paz, when he broke his neck,
Supposed to be
he
stripped.
couldn't fight.
Yeah,
They
you gotta
stripped
be
him.
stripped.
They
It's
stripped him.
almost 3 years.
Muhammad, they stripped him years ago.
Yeah,
because he didn't
yeah.
fight.
They just stripped Jamal Charlo as soon as he stepped in the ring. The WBO stripped him, and now.
But did
Tim
you
too.
know that the reason why Muhammad became what he became because of the white Beatles and white Albert? It wasn't his talent.
Jim
it wasn't
dropped
his.
some more news.
Luke,
Yeah.
it wasn't his talent at all. You know, push this together before Danielle gets mad at us a little bit more. Can you push? There you go, brother. All right. Now, if it was Luther, okay, 2 different questions. If it's Luther Dupree Jr., who would you want Canelo to fight? And second question, who is Canelo going to fight?
If it were me, it would be David Benavidez on Cinco de Mayo. That would be a huge fight.
Nice.
Yeah, both of those guys have a great following. It would be an exciting fight,
Fireworks.
but that's not going to happen. Look for him to fight a tomato can, Jaime Magia.
No.
Watch. Watch.
Hold up
I
now.
think it's going to be
Luther
Jaime
doesn't.
Magia.
Luther says he predicts names.
I think
McGee.
it's
Wow.
But I want it to be Benavidez, but Benavidez has a tough fight with Bubu Andrade coming up. I want Benavidez, but it'll probably be somebody like a Jaime Magia.
Wow.
Watch.
Smoking.
Well, after fighting 22 world
Oh,
champions.
come on, man.
Many
Fight somebody at 168.
undefeated fighters. I mean, this is the fight, man. This is a guy that if he didn't have red hair, everybody would love him.
Man, it's
If
nothing
he
to do
was
with his
blonde
hair.
and blue eyes, you guys would love him. What more can he do?
He can fight somebody that's weight
begged
class.
for the Charlo fight. Now you guys want him to fight the one of the Three Stooges, the heavyweight. What's his name? Last fight, y'all, the guy that keep Kanaki. Y'all want him to fight
Kanaki.
Kanaki.
No,
Y'all
come
want him
on,
to
man,
fight
stop.
Usyk. Y'all want him to
No,
fight
no, he
Fury.
said it.
Benavidez.
He said
You wanted him to fight the
somebody at
African
168.
at cruiserweight.
No,
Didn't you,
I
little?
don't- you
That
wanted
was me.
That was
me.
you guys
And,
talking about Makabu.
He's fighting
Come
again.
on.
We'll get to that. in a minute.
Oh, God.
I
He
want
doesn't
him to
need
fight
to.
Makabu. Yes, I did.
Listen, I would never fight if I'm Canelo. I would never fight Benitez at 168. He's
Why?
had
Why?
trouble because he lost his belt because he
What's
couldn't
he
make
care?
weight.
What's
I'm
Canelo
not going
care?
to train.
That was years ago,
Listen,
Jim.
You know for yourself, Claudio. You used to be a promoter in combat sports. The worst thing you can do is peak for a fight. And then the guy gets on the scale after you trained all that time and don't
that's
make
not-
weight.
you sound
If
like a
David
Canelo
Benitez,
fanboy.
if he wants to do well in boxing, instead of he's ducking the Cuban already, David Morrell. If he
How?
wants
He's
to do,
fighting Bubu Andrade.
if he wants to do well in boxing, he needs to go to 175 and fight that monster. Two monsters.
Let me ask you this,
come
Luther. Let
on,
me ask
man.
you this,
Jim,
Luther.
you-
How many
You
times?
sound like a fanboy.
How many
you
times
don't want
did
Canelo to
Benavidez?
fight him
How
because
many
you know
times?
what's going to happen.
How many times did Benavidez miss weight?
One time.
One time.
One time.
How many times did he get stripped? He lost on the scale twice.
Once. Once was
Was it
because
twice?
it was
Twice on the scale.
Stop. Once was because of
How do you
drug use.
how you weigh cocaine?
With those scales. With those scales.
Come on, Jim. You don't want that
He
work
lost
because
his belt twice.
you know Benavidez is going to give Canelo that work.
Well, I know.
You know that. You know what's going to happen.
For me,
You're a
like Claudio
fanboy.
said with Roberto Clemente.
Because
we're
you're a
talking-
fanboy.
For me, I'm not going to train for somebody that
come
I'm
on.
not sure
What
can
is it?
make weight or can pass the drug
That's it.
test.
Let me ask you a tricky question, okay, Luther? Do you agree of what I said that Canelo's business, not as a fan, don't look at it as Luther Dupree the fan, as a Canelo the business, I think he's doing a fantastic job.
Yeah,
His
22
team-
world
His
champions.
team does a great job of cherry picking for
Right.
the most amount of money.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, you
22
can't blame him.
world
If you can do it,
champions.
go ahead.
And people are watching it. Hey, how were the, you always know the numbers.
The pay-per-view was not good for Jamel Charlo. It was one of his lowest ones. It was a
Back
flop.
boxing started back in the Roman Empire days.
Thumbs up, thumbs down.
And there's been nobody other than Floyd Money Mayweather, and it took him 60 years to do it, to fight more than 22 world champions. And he's going to go past Floyd. I think Floyd fought 25, if you count McGregor.
Belt holders. He fought a lot of
Oh,
belt
now
holders.
the belt holders.
How many Hall of
Now
Famers
the-
How many Hall of Famers are on Canelo's record?
Well,
How many Hall of Famers?
Well, two most overrated fighters I ever seen was Evander Holyfield and Norton, and they're both
We're
in the
not
Hall of
talking
Fame.
about
So
them.
we don't
We're
know
not
who's
talking
going
about
in.
them.
A lot of people go in.
How many?
Primetime
So
Deion
that-
Sanders,
so
where
that
he lost
proves there's
Saturday.
not that many.
Said
You're
there
proving
should
me
be-
right.
He said
There should be
That's a
room.
He
great
said there's
point.
too many people getting in the NFL
That's
Hall
a
of
great
Fame.
point about Deion. I don't agree with they should have tiers in the NFL Hall of Fame, but there are, to Luther's credit or point, when he said there are belt holders. What was that dude? He was a WBC, interim. What are they called? Continental.
champion, yeah,
whatever. He got
all
a belt.
these guys.
But I'm talking about, to me, the
No, I'm talking
guys.
about world champ. He fought 22 world champions.
Yeah,
You guys
but
wanna go-
Jim,
and-
there's
and
world
Jim,
champions and there's world
Why,
champions.
why isn't he fought? When was the last time he fought a real 168 pounder?
No, because he
Jamel
said he
Charlo.
fight 175, 190.
This was a money grab.
Jamel Charlo was moved up from 154.
Well, you said he ain't fought in 2 years.
Triple
he needed
G.
to work.
Triple G never fought at 168.
Triple G was everybody
He
was
never
afraid
fought
of
at
him.
168.
Wasn't he unified at middleweight? Triple G.
Come
Come
on,
on, man. That was a
That-
great
that
upset.
tril-
That
that
was a
tril-
great. That was a great
That
fight.
trilogy did not need to happen.
No.
Triple G is
Money.
finished. It was a
Can-
money
can-
grab.
It was
Canelo-
smart. It was
that-
smart.
Was there anything in his career so far that you got? That he turned pro at 15. Was there anything in his career so far that y'all want to give him credit for?
The plant fight.
Okay, he beat the heck out of
Well,
him.
he didn't
and
kill
then
him like you
Luther
said.
made an excuse
No,
for it.
but
No, because Plant quit.
But I can't think of
Plant
another.
quit.
He hit Plant with something and got him out
I
of there.
can't think of another
But
fight
before
really.
that, Plant was doing well.
You know what his signature fight is to me?
Why?
Floyd
Floyd,
punched him.
thank you.
Floyd destroyed him and
I
embarrassed
left.
him.
Now we are the same
An
guys
old
who were
Floyd.
sitting here where for 3 years I guaranteed that Crawford's easiest fight would be Spence.
You didn't
and
say
you
easiest
guys
fight.
said
You said he would
you
win.
guys said then, both of you guys, that that Crawford ain't fought nobody. Crawford ain't fought nobody. It still look like he ain't fought nobody.
No,
and
you're
I
right.
see y'all don't want to talk
you're
about
right.
that
So we're
fight.
not talking. I mean, the fight happened. and
Yeah,
I don't know what happened to Spence.
You lost money.
And
know
I'm
what
sure
happened to
Luther will
Spence.
say that there shouldn't be a rematch.
No, if you said I want the
really?
rematch. Yeah.
You want the rematch?
Listen,
Just like you
if-
wanted Joe Joyce's rematch.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to
You're the
that.
modern day Emmanuel Stewart.
If you sat for the rematch, you should get your rematch.
Do you want
What's
to
wrong
see
with
it?
that?
Would you pay for it?
What, for the Spence fight? I
Rematch.
think he can't do any worse. He has to do better.
No,
Something was
would
wrong.
you,
He
as a
was weight
fan?
trained. Yes.
Really?
I will pay for that.
This
yes.
is coming from a man who doesn't pay a nickel for any damn thing.
I
But
would
anyway,
definitely be paying for that one.
I'll ask you first.
I might even go to that fight.
That I believe. That I believe. My boy goes all the fights.
Yeah.
Okay.
Crying about money. He got a master's. His wife is a doctor, PhD.
I mean, you were asking money for him. Who would you want to see Charlo fight next, or is he done?
Ooh.
Well, I would like to see him get with a magician to see how he can get out of that what they put him in that coat. That white thing.
Come on.
Straight
Yeah, straight jacket.
Oh,
See
come
how he
on.
can get out that straight jacket. That's
Stop,
what I
Jim.
like to see.
Stop, Jim.
Like Houdini.
Houdini, yeah.
used to get
Get
out
out
there,
that straight jacket. But hey, listen, the Charlo era is over. You know what I mean? I'm tired of these fighters from Houston. They grew up in the projects out there. Hey, listen,
Chill.
you
What's
ain't
wrong
fighting.
with that,
You should
Jim?
be stripped. I think they're stripping Charlo to 154. I think
Yeah,
they're giving
they
it
already
to
did. They gave it to Tim Zoo.
Tim
He just
Tszyu,
fought for it this
who
weekend.
deserved
And
it.
he's calling him back.
He deserved it. He's a fighting man. You got to want to fight. You know, we talk about all the time Devin X or whatever his whatever
who's
his
Devin X? You mean Devin A?
whatever name that Farrakhan gave him. But listen,
Stop,
Luther, we talk about this all the time. You can't make weight if you're inactive. To make weight, you got to be an active fighter. You can make 135 if you're active. If you blow up like Roberto Duran at 175, it's hard to get down. Yeah, especially when there's competition at 175, 135.
When you outgrow the division.
Yeah, when there's competition, all of a sudden you outgrow it.
He's been outgrowing it. We saw the picture.
When you thought you had an easy fight with Lomo or whatever his name is, he was able to make it then.
He struggled
Lomo
to make
beat
it.
him,
He
and
struggled
Lomo
to
got
make it
robbed.
then. He's been struggling for years to make that weight, Jim.
Wow.
But
Maybe
when
he should
you
cut his
mentioned-
hair. That'd be 2 pounds.
You mentioned the Durant thing, and you left me hanging, by the way.
Oh, my fault.
But you're right, because when you lose all that weight, it drains
It
you.
takes
You look
muscle.
good,
Yeah.
It
but
takes the
it
muscle
drains
off.
Yeah.
you. But when I say done, I don't mean done, but I don't think he has that same cachet. He's got that same rep now.
Who's
after
that? That's big words.
Charlo.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Big words.
Exactly. Yeah.
You got to break it down for Jim.
Yeah.
Use the big words over there, leave the little words over there.
Charlo, next for Charlo.
Listen, Charlo has to go back down to 154. He had a poor effort in that fight. It looked like a money grab. It didn't look like he didn't even have the same body type. Usually he's in great shape. You see the abs.
Black
I
fighters
didn't
don't
see
like
anyone.
it to the body. That's
Come
according
on,
to
Jim.
Mexico.
Listen, can I finish? I'm reclaiming my time. Let me finish, Jim. He has to go back and fight Tim Tszyu. That's what he has to do. He has to take that fight, and he has to show that he still has it.
And your thoughts on that fight?
You know what, Tim Tszyu, he's grown on me. He's shown
He
me a
has,
lot.
yeah.
But I still think if Charlo's right, he's going to beat Tim Tszyu. Tim Tszyu's a straightforward. He comes hard. He throws heavy punches,
Now both
but he can be
sides
hit.
of his mouth.
But he can be hit.
Well,
You just
somebody
said
from
Tim Tszyu,
Australia
now you
told
said
Luke.
Charlo.
No, listen. I said it's going to be a tough fight.
Somebody from Australia kind of got upset with you because, or us, I think it was more you,
Probably
because
me.
you didn't go crazy over Zoo. But now you're saying he's grown on you.
He's grown on me. He's
All right.
fighting. He's fought the Tony Harrisons,
We're gonna
the
get to
Ocampos,
him
the
and
Mendozas,
his fight.
A lot of them in his home country.
Thank you.
But he'll have to fight Jamel Charlo in the States. I'm going to go with Charlo. I think Charlo can get him in a decision because Sue can be hit.
All right. You know what? We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Zeely Big Bang Zhang, Jim's boy, had a dominating knockout performance. We're right back with the Boxing Authorities. Welcome back to the Boxing Authorities. Big fight that is moving some rungs in the heavyweight division. Zeely Zhang with a big dominating knockout against Joe Joyce, who was climbing the ladder. And I think this might be the end of Joe Joyce and his title shots. Luth.
Yeah, it was wow. Joe Joyce, you know, look. If you look at it, he has his left hand completely down. Powerful
Ooh!
right. Oh,
That
caught
was
him
nice.
coming
Short,
in.
quick,
The
Jim, for a big
juggernaut,
man like
the
that.
juggernaut has been dropped. I'm surprised he even got on his knees, but he's over. You know, you can't take clean shots like that. He didn't work on his defense. He should have took a fight in between this. But this Zeely Zhang is tough, man. He might be 50, 60 years old, but that punch comes and he comes hard. I was impressed. Look at this. Oh, gosh, how can you take that? I can't believe. I thought he'd be asleep. He's asleep there. Then the referee tried to get him up like Fury. He got up, but he definitely went to sleep for a few seconds there. Yeah,
This win
It may be time for him to hang it up.
For you and Zhang, does this make him legitimate for you? Not that you ripped on him before, but
Listen, I thought he'd always be a tough fight, but my guy's the one who beat him, Herkovich, dominated him.
knocked out
He
twice.
got knocked down, but he still dominated that fight.
No, he
I'd
didn't.
like to see another rematch with those two guys, but Zhang is a player. Hopefully he can get a title shot before he gets 70. You know, they might try to age him out like they did Luis Ortiz, but he's a solid fighter, man. He hits hard. He has a great chin. I don't think you're going to knock him
He's a
out
big
unless you're
boy,
Wilder,
too.
but you have to outpoint him like Herkovich did. Very impressed with Zhang. He's a player.
Smokin.
Well, Herkovich won't give him a rematch because Herkovich will take his grandfather to Alaska and send him out there on the iceberg.
Come on, man.
It'll be another funeral.
Leave Herkovich alone,
He'll come
man.
up with another excuse. He got dominated by Zhang, but the
No, he got the
referee
W. He got the
wasn't gonna
W.
give it to the Chinaman. Listen, Luther, you're coming off a hard one. You lost the Spence Crawford fight. You lost the Canelo fight.
I didn't lose the Canelo. I had Canelo winning, Jim.
You're losing with David James. Now you lost with Big
Who's David James?
Derek James.
Derek
James. And
Come
now,
on, man.
now Big Bang Zhang beat up your boy Joyce. Listen, This is the greatest era,
Oh, here you
heavyweight
go.
era
There you
ever.
go.
I tell
Guys
you
who don't
what,
even put up their defense get
I
hit
see
with a
it.
clean
That's
right.
right.
I see it
Right.
before. You don't have to activate the rematch clause. It was a bad fight because Zhang is very accurate and he's a big shot guy and he's a
He's hard.
softball.
You better put some
and
D up
it was
against
going to
him.
be hard for Joyce to get out of the way of the punches. Joyce can, if he didn't take this rematch, he would have still been a player in the heavyweight division.
No, he wouldn't have.
If he didn't take the rematch?
No, because Zhang would have always
You
been
know
over it.
that? You
There's
the
no way.
WBC all of a sudden?
he got
you
dropped.
look different. We had the president on.
He got dropped once he took that big loss. He fell out in the rankings.
Well, he
got
fell
a
a lot
name,
farther
though.
now.
He's got a name.
Yeah, he fell a lot further now.
Oh, yeah,
Don't
a
you
lot
agree?
further.
Before, it was a TKO because he couldn't see out
Listen,
of his
why
eye.
don't you want these guys to take rematches? You catch an L?
No, I don't
I
want
want
it.
these guys to come back.
Yeah,
and try
okay,
and try to
Emmanuel
redeem
Stewart.
themselves.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
Emmanuel.
that's part of
Who-
boxing.
You're like Emmanuel.
That's
you
part
won
of
more
boxing.
fighters
It's
than you
not
ever
how you
held.
fought, it's how you get up.
I think Luther's point, okay, again, when we were growing up, if you lost a fight, a big fight, your next fight was against a guy that didn't, he may have had a half-decent record and half-decent name, but he wasn't a number
A tomato king.
Yeah, to regain your confidence to work on
But
some
now
things.
it's so hard to get back in there. Hey, immediate
Why?
rematch.
Why is it so hard?
It's tough. I mean, once you take that L, it's tough to get back in there and get a title
Why?
shot.
What books you been reading? There you
Look,
go
look.
with the white media again.
It's facts, Jim. These guys
It's
take
fact.
a loss.
It's fact. Yeah,
Deontay
get knocked
Wa-
out, go to sleep in the third round, and you'll be back in there. You shouldn't have took that rematch.
Listen, he wanted to prove that he could win, and he
Did he prove
and
anything?
But you know what,
and he
that's
proved
where-
that he couldn't win.
But that's where the businessmen of the
Listen,
Thank
man,
you.
listen.
Thank
There
you.
you go, guys.
Preston.
Well, you all don't want rematches. I'm glad he took it.
As a fan, you're glad.
No, I'm glad he
We're-
took it as a
We're
boxing
the wise
fan.
men.
Right.
We're the wise men, Lou.
Whatever.
That's how you get.
And guys like you are why the sport has died, because
But,
moving
but,
guys
but the
like you
boxer
guys.
should not worry about the sport. He should worry about his
Yeah,
own
yeah.
business, his own entity.
And his business was, if he could get this win over Zhang, he'd be back in it.
But he got
That's-
dominated so bad that last fight.
Yes.
Okay.
There was no way in hell unless
Yes.
he landed a clean shot.
So you
It
just
wasn't
give up.
smart.
So if you
No,
lose, you just give up.
Here's what I would've done.
I don't wanna
Let
hear
me
that.
ask
No,
you.
That was a good
You
good
do like
choice.
Herkovich. You just go fight. You continue to fight everybody. but
Herkovich
Zhang.
dominated your
No,
boy Zhang.
No, he got knocked
My
out
boy
twice.
dominated Zhang.
Do you think he
And
would
won.
dominate him in a rematch?
Yes, I think he
Oh,
still
really?
could. I think
Styles
he
make
still
fights.
could.
Everybody
Is that
has Zhang winning, but he dominated him.
Everybody what did the records say? They say he won the fight.
I know, but he won the fight.
won the
but,
fight.
But there was
He
a little
won the
controversy
fight.
in that fight.
He landed more punches. He may have gotten dropped once.
Would it
but
be
he
a
landed
smart
more
move
punches.
for Herkovic to fight Zhang
No,
now?
Zhang is right in there for a title shot. He's
Right.
right there. No.
Do
there's
you think
no
he'll
reason.
get one?
Does
I
your
think so.
boy Fulton want a rematch with NUA?
come on,
That's
Jim.
another
Yeah.
loss for you, Lou.
Jim.
You're on a loser's
Jim,
about
but
five.
my record's still better
No,
than yours.
you already put out that I'm ahead of you.
No, I never said that. I never said that.
Didn't he?
That was me.
Oh, that was you.
I never said that. No. You're never ahead of me. All
what do
them
you
crazy.
think? What do you think the next move for Zhang should be and will be? Two different questions.
Well, I know he wants Fury. I know he wants an Usyk fight. I don't think he'll
he's
get
screaming
it.
for Fury.
Yeah, he's screaming, but Fury's not going to get it. It's going to be Fury and Usyk finally, hopefully in January or something. Maybe Zhang and Wilder. Maybe he can could take that smoke. Wilder will
But
put him
is
down.
it smart to do that?
For who? Zhang?
Either one.
Well, Wilder, that
they
wouldn't be
can't-
smart
if
for
they can't-
Wilder. That's why Wilder ain't fought nobody.
you-
He
Joe,
fought
Joe,
one fight
they
in
got-
3 years.
Because they won't fight him.
Yeah,
Andy
they
Ruiz
won't
won't
fight
fight
him.
him.
Yeah, they
Andy
won't
Ruiz
fight
wants
him.
30 million.
But Jim always says, fight somebody.
Nobody wants to fight him.
Oh, there's somebody out there.
wants to
What-
fight
What's
him,
that
Claudio.
fisherman? Gidry. He'll
Yeah,
fight him.
he'll
He ain't got no
fight.
money.
Yeah,
Nobody
them
wants to
people
fight
they
Wilder.
will fight.
Stop.
I shouldn't
Nobody
say he
wants
got
to
no
fight
money,
him.
but he'll fight him.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to fight him.
The thing that I do, okay, I'm looking at it, forgive me, from the business aspect of today's era of fighting, is that they do look at it maybe a little smarter than when Jim and I grew up. After Foreman lost to Muhammad Ali, he should not have fought Ron Lyle, okay, who
Right.
knocked him down a couple
Yeah.
times. He should have fought some tomato cans, as you put it, to build his record, his rep, and whole 9 yards. Nowadays, they would have done that. Back then, Norton fought, all these guys fought each other.
Yeah.
And nowadays they don't. Maybe that's why the sport is suffering. I'm looking at it as the business
yeah.
end. Good, Jim. Do you agree with that?
Well, Norton never fought Frazier. They claimed they were good friends, so they never fought. So we had a lot of that back then. You know.
Everybody fight everybody.
Well,
Man, I mean,
Sugar
that's-
Ray
that's
Robinson didn't
one-
fight
that's one.
Charlie Burley. after
A lot
Burley
of
knocked
people,
out Archie Moore.
A lot of people duck Charlie Burley.
Yeah,
he was
Sugar
part of
Ray
that Black
Robinson
Murderers
was one
Row.
of them. Sugar Ray Robinson was
Let's
one.
just say, and I don't know if it's gonna happen or not, but let's say Zhang gets a title shot against Usyk, or I think Usyk would fight him, but Usyk or Fury, who would you
Usyk's
like?
not fighting Zhang.
You don't think so?
He doesn't want to. He got taken out by a body shot by Dubois.
I believe you.
Yeah.
And
I
faked- and
believe
faked
you
it like it
asked
was a
me
little
that question.
Well, you took too long.
You're the president of the WBC.
It took
now
too
you
long.
ask the
It
question?
took too long to
Now
register,
you
so I
Smokin
jumped in.
Jim.
He was thinking.
It was still registering, so I jumped in.
registering.
Claudio.
First of all, I don't believe in looking ahead. That's what happened yesterday with San Francisco 49ers. You don't look ahead.
Come on.
And the Philadelphia Eagles.
You must have took another L.
Right now, I did. Right now, Fury has to concentrate on the hardest hitting UFC guy
Come on,
ever.
Jim. Stop.
And you think that's gonna be a competition?
Well, anybody can get caught. Anybody can get caught. I'm not going to look to Usyk until I beat this guy. Now I can focus on Usyk.
This is
and
a
then,
money grab, Jim.
Then
Stop.
you're talking about another 6 months probably before Bang. And Bang likes to stay active, so he'll probably have a few fights, but before he get
I
a
agree with
title
you there.
shot, because it's like you said. I would break up that title. You got the WBC, you got the WBA, I got the IBF, Doug got the WBO, and then I like that Universal.
Oh, yeah, the universe.
Yeah, Carl can have that.
Well, but one of Luther's quotes, I forgot which fighter, you'll correct me, he fought him because he knew he could beat him. He's fighting Ngannou because he's a hell of a money grab, and he knows if he could take a Wilder shot, he's going to dominate Ngannou. But I don't
70
know.
million he's getting.
What's that?
67
Here you
million
go
he's
with these fake numbers, Jim.
That's ridiculous. But
He's getting the
could
big
Zhang
bag.
beat either Usyk or Fury?
He has the punch. Yes, if he lands right, he can beat anybody.
Even Fury?
Yeah, Listen, man, you guys think Fury's all that.
No, I'm just saying what I saw. He got up for Wilder.
I don't think Fury's
Who's
all
the
that.
big hitter, Wilder or Zhang?
Listen, Wilder.
Thank you.
But listen, Zhang can catch him. Zhang may have better defense. Zhang may do some things differently.
He's a southpaw.
Styles make fights.
Southpaw.
So, yes,
Like
he can
like
beat
you
either one of
said-
those
like
guys.
you said
Zhang
before.
can beat either one of those guys because I don't have them all that much higher than anyone else.
Like
Zhang can beat
Luther
them.
said many a times, Spence was in there with bigger punchers than Crawford, but Crawford's the one that put him on his rear end time and time again. Because certain guys,
Listen, you know,
Styles make fights.
Styles make fights,
and also Spence was not right that fight, Jim, and you know it. He was weight drained. He came in there wobbling. Something was physically wrong. Maybe those injuries, the car accident. But the last couple fights, he's looked worse and worse. Remember, Ugas, he dropped his mouthpiece, forgot he was, and got knocked into the ropes. So we
did
may
he
be
get
see-
knocked out? He dominated.
But remember, he got his mouthpiece knocked
You know
out.
who he
and
reminds
forgot.
me of? I won't mention his name, so forgive me. Remember we were on a boat, Gateway Clipper, and Jim said, that ain't the boat that's making that guy.
Oh,
I
God.
saw Jim, my God. Jim has no heart.
I-
But anyway.
I
you know
was
what I'm talking
worried about his balance issues
That's
and
what I'm
everything.
saying.
Before he fights, a
Jim's
medical
cold.
examiner really looks at Spence because his balance was wrong. There was a whole lot that
Boy,
just didn't seem
you
right.
sure come up with a lot.
Yeah,
You sure come up.
did you
Boy,
ever see him look like?
He'll throw you under the bus when you the Africans still ain't got no love from you. He's fighting on November 4th.
Who,
What's his name?
F.A. Jogba?
F.A. Jogba.
He been fighting, winning,
I
knocking
told
people
you when
out.
he left, Ronnie Shields, once he left.
No,
that
you told me
game,
after he lost. Once
No,
he lost,
I said
you
once
throw
he
him
left-
under the
I
bus.
said once
Just
he
like
left
you
Ronnie
throwing
Shields,
Spence
I didn't
now,
like
all of a
it.
sudden you want to bring him into somebody that can
No, he just didn't look right.
want to measure
I hope
his
he's
brain.
right.
You
I
got
hope
to be
he's right.
dead before they can tell whether you got brain damage.
No, they could test.
They can test.
They could test to see if there's some neurological issues going
What
on.
they gonna
Jim.
say? Okay, he ain't got a high school degree.
No, reaction
He got-
time, how you react.
That's what I'm-
GED.
Jim,
Yeah.
Jim, it was like he couldn't even see the right
Woo!
hand.
What's he measuring? What's he measuring, Lou? He ain't read a book in 22 years.
You never,
you read mine
you
yet?
never liked.
And you're in it.
I'm halfway
And you're in
through
it.
I'm
You
halfway
never
through
liked Spence, so you love that fight. You never liked Spence.
And I got 2 of your books. How
Good,
about
you
the other
found
one?
it. The ghost put it back.
You didn't read either one. Of them, Jim.
Weekend results. Tommy Fury struggles against the majority of decisions against KSI. Luther.
Trash fight, you know.
Enough said.
Tommy Fury's a C-level fighter. KSI is not even a fighter. You could have it going either way. Neither one of them did much. It was a disappointing fight. I didn't think much of it. Tommy Fury found his lane. He's just going to fight a bunch of YouTubers because he can't fight a real boxer. So he found his lane.
Good point. Smoking.
Best thing for boxing.
What?
I mean, I love these celebrity fights.
Now
super
come
fights.
on, man.
love
This was not a
kind
super
of
fight.
stuff.
This wasn't a celebrity fight.
This was
Who was
great.
the celebrity?
Tommy Fury? He's a Fury.
And nobody knows Tommy Fury. They know his last
Well,
name.
he beat Logan Paul or Jake Paul. He beat Jake
another
Paul.
one.
He beat another YouTuber. That's all he can
And
do.
his brother said you ain't allowed back home unless you.
Well, I mean, it's a YouTuber.
This place is he
You
ain't
are-
allowed
you-
either.
Hey, if you lose to Jake Paul, you're no longer a gypsy.
Yeah, that's a threat. So
right,
I take your chances against
Also
a YouTuber.
on October 14th, which was my birthday.
Happy
WBO,
birthday.
thank you.
Get
Happy
2
birthday,
years.
yeah.
You
That's
just
what you
had a
said.
birthday.
Where did you
Happy
get that? I don't
birthday,
remember
yeah.
that, Lou.
Jim always says that.
WBO junior middleweight champion Tim Tszyu, 24-0-17, unanimous decision over Brian Mendoza, 22-3-16. Luth, your thoughts on that fight?
Hey, Tim Tszyu did what he had to do. I mean, it was Brian Mendoza shows a lot of heart.
He's tough.
He's still kind of basic, but this guy, Tim Tszyu, loads up on everything. He comes forward, has a nice defense, but he still can be hit. Mendoza caught him there, so he does leave himself open. If you get him on the back foot, he's very hittable. But Tim Tszyu, he's almost
Okay,
unbeatable in his own
who's
country.
hittable on the back foot?
Who can?
No, you said.
I said
who's on the back foot?
Tim Tszyu. If you can get him going back, I don't think he can fight off the back foot. Everything is always going forward. He's always aggressive.
True, but I like the fact that when he does go back, he reminds me a little bit of Floyd, where he
Oh,
just back. Wait a minute.
come on.
No. I don't mean the
Oh,
upper
God.
body.
Oh, my
I don't mean the upper
God.
body. I mean when Floyd does
Please
this.
don't
Look,
put that. Please
when
don't put
Flo-
Tszyu
when
and Floyd in the
Jim-
same sentence.
When Floyd just backed up a little bit, and you just missed him. Who's the other guy that I like a lot that does that? Well, Shakur
Shakur
and
does
he,
it.
a lot of
Devin
those
Haney,
guys.
those guys.
Jersey Joe Walcott.
Jersey Joe. Well, he did the
Pernell
shuffle.
Whitaker was
He
the
did
greatest ever at
he
doing
did
that.
Right, exactly. But I like the way Tszyu did against a tough guy. See, he's showing you what's
Josie
going on.
Hey, listen. Tim Tszyu did what he had to do. I still favored Charlo if they fight again.
Oh,
Tim
my.
Tszyu's been very active. He's grown on me.
But I
At
think
first, I thought he was a hype job living off his dad's
Right.
name, but he has skills. But he can be beat by a guy like Charlo.
let me ask you though,
Or
Charlo
Bud if he moves
Bud.
up.
Yeah, he better not move up. But Charlo's going down a little
Yeah.
bit. I think Tszyu's going up.
Is he going down, or did he go up 2 weight classes and fight a guy
But he
who's
didn't
a
even. It
natural
wasn't even
168?
competitive.
He went up 2 weight classes. Wasn't
Weight class,
acclimated
but that's
to the
not your mind, Jim. That's not your heart.
I seen more people show more heart than Friday the 13th.
That was a good line. I like that. Luther, you can't weigh the heart. He didn't show.
Yeah.
If Boom Boom Mancini fought heavyweight, would he have gone after the heavyweight? Yeah, he just
Yes.
showed that he maybe
Yep.
lost. Maybe he tried.
Listen, that wasn't his best performance. That long layoff hurt him. He has to get back in there immediately. These layoffs are hurting these boxers. You saw Spence with a long layoff. You saw Charlo. And his twin brother had even a longer layoff. So you got to start fighting more often.
Sue Charlo, who would you like?
Well, I'm going to always go with Archie Manning and Peyton Manning. I'm going to go with the son of a legend who may even be better than his father
Ooh.
in the long run. This guy shows me something, and that's not the powder blue gloves. I just like this guy. He's a fight man. He wants to honor his father. And I tell you what, you're going to have to kill him to beat him in the ring. And he's active. And finally, the commission did the right thing. They stripped the Charlo of the belt. They should have did a double. They should have did
Same time.
yeah. They should have did the Twin Towers and stripped them both.
Remember when LeBron
stop.
did the decision? That's what they should have did with the Charlo.
yeah.
Strip them both.
Exactly.
I
want a
think
brother to
Tim
be stripped,
Tszyu beats Charlo
Thank you.
in a decision.
Yeah,
but I think he beats him. I think Charlo, when you lose, okay, it's like the way he did. I think it creates
listen.
a new mentality for you, and not a good one.
Here's what I didn't like. Going up to the fight, the build up to the Canelo and Jermell Charlo. Usually Jermell Charlo's, kind of off, kind of wild, crazy, talking crazy. He was so calm. I knew he
Maybe
was
he
going to
didn't want
lose.
it anymore.
That's a
Lou.
black thing.
No, that's a Charlo thing. This guy's ready to fight everybody. Announcers, reporters, fighters. He's out there threatening family members, and he was just as calm as ever. Unless this is an emotional, crazy Charlo, he's not going to win.
Maybe he just doesn't want it anymore, which is bad if you're
We got to
boxing.
see. We got to see. I think that Tim Tszyu can bring the old Charlo back. I don't think he liked that last performance. I think once he gets down to 154, that angry, emotional Charlo will come back.
Somebody that you've never been really high on is Janibek. We'll just keep him Janibek. He KOs the IBF champion, Italian guy, Vincenzo Gualtieri. Your thoughts on that fight?
I mean, Janibek did what he had to do. I mean, he wasn't fighting a guy that's very good. I'd like to see him step up his competition. I mean, yeah, he's getting these guys out. He looks great doing it, but step up.
Against who?
Top rank has to put him on some better.
Only how he can step up is to get Charlo out of the hospital. I mean, that's the step up. I mean, he wants to unify the belt, Lou. You don't think he could knock out Charlo?
No.
You'll come out, he ain't fought in 3 years. He was rusty.
Listen, Charlo's about to move up to 168, I believe.
Well, give us the belt. Give us the belt.
Yeah, be done with it.
Us.
Yeah.
Oh, you got a piece of it? Us the belt? Give him the belt, baby, Jim. You don't have a piece of that.
Guido Vianello,
boy.
his comeback is he's 11-1-1
Curtis
with 9
Harper.
knockouts. Decision over Curtis Harper. I'm glad he came back because I like him.
He needed to get that KO, man. This guy
Yeah,
had
no
10
doubt.
losses.
No
he
doubt.
needed to get a KO. I don't think his power is really set for heavyweight. I don't know about his
He's a
chin.
big boy.
He's a big boy, but he doesn't have the power.
He did good against Banks until he got the cut.
Did he? Did he?
Oh, I thought he was winning the fight easily.
Yeah, it was 50-50.
Oh, I didn't think so.
I mean, Banks was just waiting, and then he caught him with that big shot, cut him.
You call waiting, I'd say he was dominating. But I think he should, to your point, I think he should have knocked this guy out.
He doesn't have
in
it.
like
Which
3
one
rounds.
was on our show?
Neither one of them.
This is another Italian guy. We're not
Okay,
all
this
we're
is
not all the
different. Okay, I
same.
wasn't
Jim thinks
sure.
all
I
Italians
get
look
him mixed
alike.
Right,
or something.
right,
Come
right.
on,
on
Jim.
our show, but
That's,
you can't. Sometimes you can't knock everybody out.
Guido, I
Chuck
don't.
Webner wasn't no good, but it was hard to knock him out.
Guido, I'm not. I don't know
not sold
about
on
his
him
power.
yet.
I'm not sold on his power, and I don't know about his chin.
All right. Richard Torres with a
Yes!
second round KO against one of the all time greats. And I should rip on. He's in the ring, not me. Tyrell Anthony Herndon, who was
Man,
21. He was 21-4 and 14 knockouts. This is the best record Torres
The
fought.
Mexican Rocky
Look at this.
Marciano.
Look at this.
Now
I
look
mean,
at
come
the
on.
how he-
This guy is a punching bag. He's just sitting on the ropes.
So
There's no knee.
forget about him. Is Torres impressed you at all with his
Yeah.
style?
Because he doesn't have the one punch
He's on that
power.
back foot.
Look, this guy's turning his back. Oh, come on, man. Referee stopped it. The guy's on his knees. It was just a despicable
Rocky,
fight.
Rocky,
They have to get him
Rocky.
better call. You were impressed with that?
The Mexican
This is a
Rocky
guy that got
Marciano.
out of arts. They
This
got
is-
him
Out of what? Out of
Out
what?
of arts bar in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, he
They got him right out
won
of
9
arts.
fights in a row, and one of the fights he won the Universal
Who'd he beat?
Heavyweight title.
This guy's
he won the
turning his
Universal Heavyweight title.
Jim, he didn't throw 2 punches
Jim,
the
in
whole
all
fight.
honesty, I'll say this: it was the right fight for him if you're making the
You
climb.
guys never
if
seen
you're-
Herndon fight. Herndon
And
is
you
a heck
did.
of a
He didn't
fighter.
fight
yeah.
this fight. He was a punching bag,
Where'd you
Jim.
see him at?
I seen him all the time.
No, you
Herndon
never
was
saw him.
I was
saw him.
worried about this fight.
A 2-round massacre. They got,
My thought before you go on, 'cause I know what
Oh,
you're going to do.
gosh.
It was the right fight for Torres.
No,
if
it
you're building
wasn't.
him up, he fought a guy with a good record. But now, to Luther, what Luther said, we still don't. Torres's people still don't know and say, you know what, he's going to be something. They still don't know because he hasn't been challenged
Was
at all.
Mike Tyson something? Was
Oh, but
Rocky
he blew.
Marciano something?
But they blew through it. It was different. though.
7-0 with 7 KO.
But the guy, I know
This
what
is
you're
the only
saying.
one
I
that
know
went
what
the
you're
second
saying.
round.
But
How did he
okay,
make it to the
I told
second round?
Luther, don't look at his opponent. Look at Torres. If you looked at Tyson, you saw the head movement and the speed and the power. You saw Marciano, you seen the
Same
power.
thing. This
no.
is the Mexican. This is a softball Mexican
This guy-
Rocky
no.
Marciano.
this guy
Does he have
loads up-
hand speed?
Rocky,
he have power?
Rocky's in
No.
heaven right now, smiling, saying, "I see me.
I don't
I
think so.
see me."
Go ahead.
He's
Good
You
luck.
can't
Good
see
fight.
it, but I see
No,
it.
Rocky said you can't see it, Jim. Get out of here.
Listen, this is a guy, I'm telling you, if I was Wheaties, if I was Nike, this is the guy I back. Listen, I've never seen somebody the hand speed is so quick.
I still don't see it.
He leaves himself
He's
wide.
a volume puncher.
He leaves himself wide open.
He go. So did Tyson. When you punch it like that, when you punch it like that,
on his feet,
Tyson
his
was
head
very
moving.
underrated with his head moving.
but he didn't have to be. He didn't have to be.
No, but
No,
he did was.
Because when you punch with that kind
Torres
of power,
keeps his head on the line. Does he not keep his
oh
head?
my
He keeps his
goodness!
head on the
Now
line.
he's a European
Torres.
fighter.
Torres.
Now
Torres
he's a
keeps his
European
head-
fighter. Everybody
Tyson
keeps their
was
head on the
bouncing,
line.
Jim. Tyson
You don't
was
have to
moving-
bob and weave like Tyson.
He does. He keeps
He's
his head
gonna
on the
get
line
stuck.
and just
And how
firing,
often
Jim.
did he get hit? He would just be the champion.
Is he ready for
Yes.
FA or,
Yes.
or a Dubois?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Really?
He's ready for Big Baby, who ducked him in amateur.
Which Big
Who
Baby?
went to Big Baby Anderson?
Oh,
Ducked him. His
no.
mama. There was times he came to the fight and they said his mom said, "Torres is here. You ain't fighting him." Listen, Big Baby been ducking him since the amateur.
Stop, Jim.
This
Jim,
is our
stop.
Olympic guy.
Jim, he would blow him out of the water.
Who? He would.
What, the silver medalist?
Oh,
the
he
silver
would knock
medalist?
him
I
out
told
within
Luther,
3.
don't look at his opponent. Look at Torres. Look at Torres.
You
What did
think
he
Big
do?
Baby would beat Torres?
Oh my God!
Easily.
Oh, you guys just
We
hate
don't listen,
Mexicans.
Jim. We don't even know. We don't even know about his stamina. We don't know about his chin. There's a whole lot. We don't know
After
if
the
he can take
show,
it
I'm
to the
taking
body.
y'all to Taco Bell. I'm making you. I'm gonna turn
Hey,
you.
Luke, it's one thing for him to show some hand speed against this guy. It's another one when
When
somebody's
somebody's
hitting you
coming back. These guys are sitting.
How many people
punching
came back
bags.
for Tyson and Rocky Marciano?
He's not Tyson or Rocky, Jim.
Oh,
Stop
no,
saying it.
he's
Razor
the
Ruddock.
Mexican
Razor
Rocky.
Ruddock.
He's neither one of them.
Forget about the wins, but I mean the loss against Buster.
No,
But
Razor Ruddock
Ruddock-
was him. He was Razor Ruddock was 6'5" and could hit like a.
That's what. That's
mule
what. That's
kick.
what a lot
But
of
what
heavyweights
Tyson
are
do?
right now.
What did Tyson do?
Tyson beat him, but I
Right.
don't know how. He took some punishment.
Right. That's why you can't put Tyson and Richard Torres in the same sentence.
Why you say
Marciano,
We don't know if he can take a punch,
The
Jim.
Carmine Vingo fight, Vingo was winning until Rocky.
So were you saying this guy's better than
Or no,
Tyson and Rocky?
La Starza
Are you
was
saying
winning.
he's better than Tyson and Rocky? Is that what
No,
you're saying?
hell no,
So
that's
what
what
are
I'm
you
saying.
saying?
We
Be
found
clear.
out- okay,
Be
we
clear.
found out who
Because you
Rocky
know
was.
Rocky and Tyson never made it to the Olympics. So what are you
they wanted
saying?
We
money.
saw him take it down in the Olympics too. We
Luther,
saw him
I'll
get
talk to you.
dominated
I'll
in the
talk
Olympics.
to you.
Richard Torres
but
got
the guy
dominated.
that beat him is 16-0 with 16 knockouts.
Carmine Vingo-
It would knock out Wilder
Look,
right
no, he
now.
wouldn't.
Carmine
Stop,
Vingo
Jim, stop.
and Roland Starza were top contenders, and they gave Rocky trouble until Rocky finished him off. Well, the first fight was a decision against La Stars, and then Rocky damn near killed him in the second fight.
How'd he do
But
against Liston?
we know why they didn't fight. Okay, now listen. But I'm saying is, but Rocky was tested,
We don't
and
know
he
about
won the
this guy.
test.
Jim likes to crown him.
Because he
Jim likes to
hasn't-
crown him too early, just like you did
Is
with
it his
Ryan
fault
Garcia.
that
He's going to get exposed.
Is this his fault that he's so good that nobody can give him a
Jim,
test?
you tried to crown Ryan Garcia, right? What happened? It blew up in your face.
Boy, you know
This is going to blow up in your face
This
too.
guy got a heart.
Who?
Do we
Torres.
know that?
Ryan Garcia
Do we know
ain't
that?
got-
Trying to
Do
say-
we know
Ryan
it?
Garcia got
Do
a
we
yellow.
know it?
Was he
Yeah,
We
tested?
don't
Ryan
know that,
Garcia
Jim. We
got a
don't know
yellow
it.
streak down the middle of his back.
And
This
you
guy's
loved him. You
father-
say he's
No,
better
I
than
thought I was
now-
wrong.
now
I
you-
didn't know he didn't
now-
have no
Now
heart.
you're throwing him under the bus.
Yeah, because he don't have no heart. You know
see,
how I
Jim?
am
Okay,
with heart.
what
You
did
better have
Torres
some courage.
do? What did Torres
It
do?
was
in all
Tank
honesty,
Davis.
for you to
Torres'
say-
daddy was a great fighter, and his granddaddy was a great fighter.
What
He
the hell
got
is that got to do
Mexican
with-
pride.
Okay, what
Ryan
did he
Garcia
do?
ain't got no Mexican pride.
Now you're taking the Mexican pride out of it.
I'm
Come
telling
on,
you,
Jim.
man.
Come
What
on,
did
Jim.
Torres do to impress you and me?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
What
Well,
did he do to
he
impress
beat
you?
a
well,
tomato
Crawford
can.
never impressed you guys either.
No,
He only
I didn't
impressed
say
me.
that.
He only impressed me.
No, I
You
said
guys,
Crawford
who
was
did he
good.
fight?
I
I told y'all he would beat Spence. I guaranteed you he
Jim,
would beat
quit
Spence.
trying to move the goalposts.
No,
we
I'm
all
just
see
saying.
Bud had
I'm just
skills.
saying.
I just didn't think he could
Did
beat
you see him
Spence.
like this? Look, no good foot. He was like this,
Right,
like Tony
right.
Galento. He had that, like he was stepping
Hey,
on crabs.
both of you guys said that Fulton would be undefeated, and I
I
told
didn't
you
say he was
NUA.
undefeated.
I told you NUA. He's too little. I said so was Bruce Lee. He's the
Oh,
boxing
God.
Bruce Lee.
Jim,
Didn't I say that?
Jim.
Give me credit.
You
Give me
did say
credit.
it. We
Do I
gave
gotta
you-
wear an earring
We
for a black man? to give me credit?
we gave you credit 2 months ago when it happened, Jim. You still living off stuff from 2 months ago.
I ain't got no street cred, no tattoos,
That-
no
see,
earrings,
See, this is what happens when you're not used to getting W's. You start bringing stuff from 3 months
no
ago.
beads.
He mentioned, I don't know, I asked him a question about, I don't know who the hell it was. He mentioned Ali back in '62. No correlation.
Right.
I'm not impressed. I'm still not impressed.
We need to
I
see
want to
more.
see him fighting.
We
I'm
need
not
to see
even saying the
A
fight.
live dog.
You're not impressed.
Somebody's gonna.
You're
We
not
need to see him
impressed with
fight.
Canelo, Mexican. You're not impressed with Torres, Mexican. Can y'all give me one Mexican that you like?
Danny Little Red Lopez.
There you go. Was he
like
Mexican
it.
or Indian?
David Benavidez is one of my favorite
Oh,
fighters.
my
I want him
goodness.
to fight Canelo Alvarez.
Oh,
And I'm not saying
can't
Canelo
make weight.
Alvarez isn't good. I just don't like
Go
the way he's moving.
175.
I
Go
don't like the way he's
175 and
moving
go-
right now.
If you want a championship, go 175.
I like Ngannou. Oh, no, Makabu.
Makabu.
Not Ngannou. Makabu.
Makabu.
Wrong,
Right.
wrong,
He's going to win the belt.
Wrong
back.
African,
Wrong
Claudio.
African, okay. All right. As always, we hope you enjoy our show as much as we enjoy bringing it to you. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Boxing Authorities.